It's been a very, very long offseason, especially for us college football diehards. The national championship was 6 months ago, but the transfer portal opened up 7 months ago. A lot has happened during the last 7 months, and a lot of different players have been on the move. I'm sure there are fans who track every single move and know everything that's going on, but for a lot of other fans, they can forget what has happened or might have flat out missed a couple of things. Today, we're going to be taking a look back at a number of notable quarterbacks who entered the transfer portal this offseason and reminding you where they transferred to. But before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel, so make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. After a lengthy career at Georgia, Carson Beck transferred to Miami. Beck spent 5 years with the Bulldogs, appearing in a total of 39 games. He was a 2-year starter, throwing for 7,500 yards and 52 touchdowns in 2023 and 2024. He suffered a season-ending elbow injury in the SEC championship game and missed Georgia's playoff game where they had no offense at all. Beck is going to have some pretty big shoes to fill, as Cam Ward had a Heisman caliber season last year for the Hurricanes and nearly led Miami to the playoff. John Matir transferred from Washington State to Oklahoma. The Sooners hired Washington State offensive coordinator Ben Arbuckle, so seeing Matir follow them to Oklahoma wasn't a major surprise. A lot of college football fans probably didn't realize it because they weren't watching Washington State play games, but John Matir was one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football last season. He threw for 3,200 yards and had 29 passing touchdowns with only 7 interceptions. On the ground, he ran for over 800 yards and had 15 rushing scores. Oklahoma's quarterback production was terrible last year, so adding a guy like John Matir will be a massive upgrade and might help the Sooners make some noise in the SEC. Speaking of Oklahoma's terrible quarterback play, Jackson Arnold transferred to Auburn. Arnold was once a highly touted quarterback recruit coming out of high school, as he was the number 3 overall recruit in the class of 2023, and he was the Gatorade National Player of the Year as a senior. Arnold finished his 24 campaign with only 1,400 passing yards and 500 yards on the ground. He had 15 total touchdowns. During Oklahoma's first SEC game against Tennessee, Arnold was benched before halftime as he had 3 turnovers. In a game against South Carolina, he replaced Michael Hawkins and started the remaining games to close out the year. It's going to be interesting to see how Arnold looks under Hugh Freeze's offense. A really underrated quarterback last season was former Cal quarterback Fernando Mendoza, who transferred to Indiana. He'll replace Curtis Work, who transferred into Indiana last offseason from Ohio. He was fantastic in 2024 for the Hoosiers as he received Heisman votes. In 11 games last season with Cal, Mendoza threw for over 3,000 yards, though he had only 16 passing touchdowns. But it wasn't his fault, as Cal's offense wasn't all that great. If I were to guess, he's going to post similar numbers to the ones that Rourke did in 2024, and honestly, he could post even better numbers and have a better season than he did last year. A really interesting transfer was Darian Mensah, who transferred from Tulane to Duke. In his first season as the starting quarterback, he led Tulane to the American Conference Championship game. After beginning the season in a quarterback battle, he won the quarterback job and was terrific for the Green Wave. He completed 66% of his passes, throwing for just under 3,000 yards with 22 passing touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. His passing efficiency rating was the 6th best in all of college football, and his 9.5 passing yards per attempt were the 4th most in the nation. With him now as the starting quarterback for the Blue Devils, I definitely think Duke could be a potential sleeper in the ACC in 2025. Speaking of Duke, their quarterback last season, Malik Murphy, transferred to Oregon State. Murphy led the Blue Devils to a 9-3 season and threw a school record 26 passing touchdowns. But once he learned that Duke wanted to go in another direction at the quarterback position, he decided to enter the transfer portal. Oregon State was interested and was a finalist last year when Murphy was in the transfer portal before he ended up at Duke. Oregon State was okay in 2024 as they won 5 games, but they did that with terrible quarterback play. I mean, if you look at the quarterback numbers for the Beavers last year, it was horrible. So adding Murphy is going to be a massive upgrade for Oregon State. Louisville is hoping to find magic with another quarterback transfer, this one being former USC quarterback Miller Moss. After spending 4 seasons with the Trojans, Moss transfers to Louisville, who had one of the best 2024 transfers in Tyler Shuck. Moss appeared in 9 games for the Trojans in 2024, throwing for over 2,500 yards with 18 passing touchdowns. However, he was benched following USC's loss to Washington and didn't see the field the rest of the way. Louisville head coach Jeff Brom turned Tyler Shuck into a near first-round pick pick, so maybe he can work his magic and turn Miller Moss's career around as well. Just a few years ago, Kaidon Salter was considered to be one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football while at Liberty. Now he's going to try and replace Shedeur Sanders at Colorado. In 2023, Salter led the first perfect regular season in Liberty history while throwing a school record 32 touchdown passes. The Flames won the Conference USA title in their first season in the new league, and they earned a New Year's Six bowl bid in the Fiesta Bowl against Oregon. Over the last 2 seasons for the Flames, he's thrown for nearly 5,000 yards with 47 passing touchdowns and only 12 interceptions. He's also been a massive threat on the ground as he's run for 1,700 yards and has 19 rushing scores. Salter is going to have to win the job over 5-star recruit Julian Lewis, but the Buffs have a really good quarterback room following their last quarterback who was so good for them they just had to retire his number. A really interesting transfer is former Boston College quarterback Thomas Castellanos transferring to Florida State. If you recall, Castellanos left the team after he lost the starting job in November. He was a 2-year starter at Boston College, starting 12 games as a sophomore in 2023. He appeared in 8 games in 2024 before he was benched, and he opted to sit out the rest of the year. In 2023, he became the first Boston College player ever to record 2,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards in a single season. Florida State was arguably the worst Power 4 team in all of college football last season, so it isn't going to take much to improve on their terrible 2024 campaign. Plus, Castellanos has shown at times that he is a really good quarterback. After lighting up the stat sheet at New Mexico, Devin Dampier transferred to Utah. Last season for the Lobos, he emerged as one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in all of college football. He threw for 2,700 yards, though he had only 12 passing touchdowns. His damage came on the ground, where he ran for 1,200 yards and had 19 rushing touchdowns. Utah didn't get great play from their quarterbacks last season, which is why they had such a down year, winning only 5 games. They're hoping that Dampier can get them back on track and have them being a legitimate threat in the Big 12. Billy Edwards transferred from Maryland to Wisconsin. Edwards had a pretty solid season during his first year as the starter for Maryland, as he threw for nearly 3,000 yards. He was 4th in the Big 10 in total yards and was top 5 in completions, passing yards, and yards per play. He was also 2nd in the conference in total yards per game. Despite that, he'll be starting a new chapter with the Badgers. Speaking of Wisconsin, their former quarterback Tyler Van Dyke will be transferring to SMU, which is an interesting move considering they returned quarterback Kevin Jennings, who just led the Mustangs to the playoffs. Van Dyke appeared in only 3 games last season before suffering a season-ending injury. It's been a rough career for Van Dyke, who looked like he was a potential Heisman caliber quarterback in Miami many years ago. If you recall, his best season came back in 2021 when current SMU coach Rhett Lashley was the offensive coordinator with Miami. Van Dyke was the ACC Rookie of the Year as a redshirt freshman, as he threw for 3,000 yards with 25 touchdowns. I don't think he'll be winning the starting job for SMU in 2025, but hey, who knows, maybe he impresses, or maybe there's an injury to Kevin Jennings and Van Dyke is getting some serious run in 2025. We'll wrap up today's video with a fun one. Virginia adds former North Texas quarterback Chandler Morris. This will actually be the 4th program for Morris, who previously spent time at Oklahoma and TCU as well. In 2024 with North Texas, he led an offense that ranked number 3 in total offense and number 23 in scoring offense. Overall, Morris finished the year number 4 nationally with 31 passing touchdowns and finished number 5 nationally with 315 passing yards per game. This is a really big get for Virginia, who had one of the worst offenses in all of college football last season. Well, that wraps it up for today's video. Which quarterback do you think is going to make the biggest impact at their new program in 2025? Also, was there a quarterback that transferred this offseason that I didn't mention in today's video? Whoever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos every day leading up to the start of the college football season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm, and it helps share this video and my channel with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.